say?
I'm going to hell! What is going on, you guys? It's Extreme here, and I am back with another episode of Road to Max Prestige, a series I do every single day here on my channel at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And in this series, I talk about all kinds of different shit, man. I give my thoughts and opinions on things going on in gaming. I give my thoughts and opinions on things going on in the world around us. And of course, if you've been here long enough, you know that I like to share stories from my life. Today, I'm going to do just that. Now, today, I kind of want to follow a trend that I started last season where I share stories of my life that involve me getting laid. And I thought I would talk to you guys today about the one time I did something while having sex where someone could have honestly died. Now, I've avoided telling this story because, to be honest, the story I'm about to share is quite possibly the most dangerous thing you can ever think to do. And I don't know how I pulled it off, but I did. And my fear has always been that one of you guys out there may have the means to try this. I'm going to say this right now. Please don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? So let's do some backstory here, okay? This happened back in 2007. I think it was 2007. It was right before I met my ex-girlfriend. And I was working security at a office building with a 4-story building being the centerpiece of the whole complex. And while I was working there, I'd become friends with some of the employees that worked at the site, and not just the people that I worked with, but the actual tenants at the site. And I got real friendly with one tenant who, she made it real known that she was down if I was ever down, if you know what I mean. And so I never thought I was going to take her up on the offer, because this woman was not my age. She was an older woman. She was in her 40s. I was 25, 26 at the time. And I didn't think I was ever going to be down, because she wasn't ugly. She's a good looking woman. Skinny, small boobs, blonde hair, wrinkles. She might have been older than 40, but she had a real, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone that she best look like. If you ever watch the show Suits, the blonde chick with the glasses, that's not really a series regular. She was one of the primary characters, love interest, girlfriend, whatever. I don't know the name of the character. She was blonde, glasses, skinny, small boobs, same basic frame, looked almost exactly like the woman I was in this story I'm telling you guys. Okay, so that was the woman I would. Well, not the exact woman. Let me clarify that. Okay. Not this actress. The woman I was with looked like her. Same build, same hairstyle, wore glasses, same basic look. Okay. And she and I are talking and just chit-chatting, and this went on for a couple months. Finally, one day, it's a Saturday. And usually Saturdays at the site are fucking dead. There was nothing to do. No one's there. It's just crickets and dead air. Yeah, normally Saturdays I would do 1 or 2 patrols and then spend the rest of the time watching a movie on my laptop. I'm not joking. That's how I got paid to do this, by the way. So one Saturday, as I've already said, she comes in and she goes, "Hey, what's going on, Eddie? How's your day going?" "Good. What are you doing here on Saturday?" I was bored. I had some work I had to finish up, and I thought I'd come in and say hi. I'm like, "Oh, right on. Cool. She's like, "Yeah, cool. So what are you up to?" "Nothing. Just chilling. And did a patrol, And that's kind of how things went. Just really boring chit chat. Because I knew something was up. This chick never came in on Saturdays. Never came in on Saturdays. And she starts talking to me about you know, she had this dream. And in this dream, she did something a little, quote unquote, crazy. And I'm like, all right, so what'd you do? And she stumbles and mumbles and kind of BS's for a while until she finally says, you and I fucked on the roof. And I'm all, what? She's like, yeah, we fucked on the roof. Okay, why? I don't know. Just, that was the dream. And I'm like, all right, well, I got a problem with heights. Yes, your boy has a problem with heights, okay? Leave me alone. So I tell her that, and she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I'm all, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. It's not like you're actually, wait, are you asking me to go fuck on the roof? And she laughs and says, no. Yes. And I'm like, this is a joke, right? You're serious? You really want to go do it on the roof? Like, wait, are we actually doing it this time? Because we've joked about it, but are we really going to do it? And she's like, I'm down. There's no one here. Get away with it. And so we spend several hours of my shift talking about doing it, not actually doing it. And this was a thing that went on. It would go on and on and on. And so eventually my shift basically was coming to an end. My relief was coming in. There was no way this was going to happen. And I told her as such. I said, look, this is going to have to happen some other time because my relief's coming in. And if they find me on the roof, I'm a dead man walking, and bad things for all of us involved. She said, okay, well, what about next week? And I said, okay, yeah, sure. Next week, if you're still down, we'll do it next week. She said, excellent. But then she threw a curveball at me. She goes, what about tomorrow? And I'm all, well, tomorrow would be a bad idea. And I made up some bullshit because I'm like, I need a week to kind of process this whole thing and get some things set up, you know? Like, I'm going into this like, fuck it. If I'm going to do this, I'm doing this one time and one time only, and I want to be set up for this shit. So I make up some bullshit, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. So next Saturday, I'll come back and we'll do it on the roof. And I'm like, yeah, we'll do it on the roof. You guys, for those of you that were here last season, I told the story about the one time I did it in front of a police station. That was like fear-inducing to a point, and probably the craziest spot I've ever done it. But this, by far, was the most just... I can't say it was terrifying because a part of me was actually excited to do it on the roof, but another part of me was freaking out because I'm like, what if she falls? And the reason I say, what if she falls, is because she didn't just want to do it on the roof. She wanted to do it with me, feet planted firmly on the roof, her dangling over the edge. Let that process for a minute. Basically, picture your boy standing on the roof, feet planted firmly, woman straddling him, sort of, kind of, half of her body hanging off the side of the roof. Me pounding her, if you will, while still standing on the roof. No net, no safety harness, just me holding her by her legs while I'm fucking her while she's hanging off the roof. Seven days passed, and the day came, and I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally, with literally only like 2 hours left in my shift, she shows up. Dressed. Oh my god, dude, she looked good. Oh, her titties looked nice, her ass looked nice, her body looked great. She was fucking hot this day, okay? I couldn't say no even if I wanted to. She looked that good. So she tells me that she kind of wants to have a couple drinks in her, and you know, she doesn't want to get drunk. She wants to have a glass of wine, maybe two, then make her way to the roof and then get busy. And I'm okay, I'm down, you know, you can drink, I have to stay sober, you know, because I have to focus on what I'm doing. And she's like, that's fine, So she has her glass of wine. She has one glass. And then we head up to the roof. We get to the roof and things get smooth. And as you probably figure, we would eventually do it on the roof with her hanging from the edge. When it was all said and done, and we were done, okay, that's how I'm gonna go with it. She looked at me, kissed me on the lips, and said, "That was quite possibly the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. Why did you let me do this? Because you wanted me to let you do it?" She kissed me again and said, "Right answer." Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I'll be back tomorrow with another one, as I am every single day, at least for the next several weeks. Until next time, adios. Is there some sort of cap or what? Like what's the deal? Why? I guess my whole frustration with the supply drops is there's no clarity about how you earn them, how many you can have at a time. You know, there's none of that, and it's kind of frustrating because I've been trying to bank up my supply drops going into my next prestige, so that way, you know, I can get more, but I'm not getting more, and it's really aggravating and frustrating and confusing on how the whole system works. I just want some clarity. I want some, you know, this is how it works. Ta-da! It works.